Good evening. This is All India Radio and I am Valsa Williams with the news at 9. The headlines. India, France and UAE agree for trilateral cooperation initiative in fields including energy, defence and economy. India's macroeconomic fundamentals not affected by Adani Group's FPO withdrawal, says Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. Home and Cooperation Minister Amit Shah lays foundation stone of 450 crore rupee nano urea plant at Deoghar in Jharkhand. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to virtually address participants of Jaipur Mahakhel tomorrow. Sports Minister Anurag Singh Thakur unveils mascot, theme song and jersey for third edition of Khelo India Winter Games to be held in Gulmarg from the 10th of February. India, France and the United Arab Emirates have agreed to establish a formal trilateral cooperation initiative with the aim of expanding cooperation in various fields of mutual interest. In this context, a phone call between the External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar, his French counterpart Catherine Colonna and UAE's Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan was held today to adopt a roadmap for the implementation of this initiative. During this call, the three sides agreed that the trilateral initiative will serve as a forum to promote the design and execution of cooperation projects in the fields of energy, in the fight against climate change and the protection of biodiversity, particularly in the Indian Ocean region. In a joint statement, the three countries said they will explore the possibility of working with the Indian Ocean Rim Association IORA to pursue concrete, actionable projects on clean energy, environment and biodiversity. The three countries will also seek to ensure greater alignment of their respective economic, technological and social policies with the objectives of the Paris Agreement. In support of these endeavours, a range of trilateral events will be organised in the framework of the Indian presidency of the G20 and the UAE's hosting of COP28 this year. The three sides also underlined their keen desire to cooperate in the field of the circular economy under the aegis of India's Mission Life to promote environmentally conscious lifestyle. India, France and UAE acknowledged that defence is an area of close cooperation between the three countries. They agreed to undertake efforts to further promote compatibility and joint development and co-production, whilst seeking out avenues for further collaboration and training between the three countries' defence forces. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman today said that India's macroeconomic fundamentals and economic image have not been affected by the Adani Group's withdrawal of its 20,000 crore rupee follow-on public offer FPO. Ms. Sitharaman was addressing a post-budget press conference in Mumbai. The finance minister said $8 billion in forex came in the last 2 days alone. She cited the inflow of forex reserves to emphasize that India's reputation as a market is intact on the global scale.
The foreign exchange reserve in the last 2 days has gone up by 8 billion. So our macroeconomic fundamentals or our economy's image, none of which has been affected. Yes, FPOs come in, FIS come out. These fluctuations are there in every market. But the fact that we have had 8 billion come in this last few days proves that the perception about India and in its inherent strength is intact.
Meanwhile, amid the ongoing Adani stock issue, the Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI, today said it was committed to ensuring an orderly and efficient functioning of the market. In a press release, the SEBI stated that as part of its mandate, it has put in place a set of well-defined, publicly available surveillance measures to address excessive volatility in specific stocks. This mechanism gets automatically triggered under certain conditions of price volatility in any stock. Further, in all specific entity-related matters, the market regulator said if any information comes to its notice, then as per extant policies, the same is examined and after due examination, appropriate action is taken. It further said the SEBI has consistently followed this approach on entity-level issues and would continue to do so in future as well. Union Home and Cooperation Minister Amit Shah laid the foundation stone of 450 crore rupees IFCO nano urea liquid fertilizer plant in Jasidi at Deoghar district of Jharkhand. This is the fifth fertilizer unit of IFCO. The fertilizer plant will produce 6 crore nano urea bottles annually and supply fertilizers to farmers of Jharkhand, Bihar, West Bengal and Odisha. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Shah said the Modi government has taken measures to speed up the process from research to production of nano urea. He said the liquid urea made by IFFCO would not only help the farmers of India but also of the world. The Union Minister said today liquid urea is being exported to about 5 countries. In Tripura, electioneering is in full swing for the election to the 60-member State Legislative Assembly. Here's more from our Agartala correspondent.
Tripura Chief Minister Dr. Manik Saha undertook door-to-door campaign at Badarghat in support of BJP candidate Vinarani Sarkar. Later, the Chief Minister addressed a public meeting at Rishyamukh in South Tripura district for his party candidate. Addressing the public meeting, Dr. Saha highlighted various developmental activities that were undertaken by the state and central governments. Leader of the opposition and former CM Manik Sarkar also campaigned in Dhanpur Assembly constituency for his party candidate Kaushik Chanda, who has been fielded from this seat by the CPIM. Speaking at the rally, Manik Sarkar criticized the BJP-led government in Tripura. Kunal Shinde, AIR News, Agartala.
In Meghalaya, with just 3 days left for filing of nominations for the ensuing assembly elections, many candidates submitted their papers today. State Chief Minister, National People's Party NPP President Conrad K. Sangma filed his nomination papers from South Tura seat. Speaking to reporters after filing his papers, Mr. Sangma said there is a positive wave for the NPP and the opposition is disintegrating day by day. Other prominent leaders who filed their papers today are NPP National Vice President Preston Tinsong from Painursla seat, Samlin Mangyang from Sohaon, and Taibur Pathau from Maulai constituencies. In Nagaland, Congress, Lok Janshakti Party Ramvilas and National People's Party NPP today announced the names of their party candidates for the State Assembly election. Congress released the names of 21 candidates. State Congress President K. Terry will contest from Dimapur 1 Assembly constituency. Lok Janshakti Party Ramvilas also issued a list of 19 candidates. NPP also released the first list of 12 candidates. Tripura will go through polls in a single phase on the 16th of this month, while assembly polls in Meghalaya and Nagaland will be held on the 27th of February. The counting of votes for all 3 states will take place on the 2nd of March. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. The first G20 Energy Transition Working Group meeting under India's presidency will be held in Bengaluru from tomorrow to the 7th of February. The delegates from G20 countries and guest countries will be part of the working group. Technology gaps in energy transition, low-cost financing for energy transition, energy security, and diversified supply chain, industrial low-carbon transition and fuel for the future are the priority areas set for the discussion in the working group meeting. Meanwhile, the G20 Employment Working Group meeting concluded in Jodhpur this afternoon on a positive note. During the 3-day meeting, G20 countries showed interest and commitment to work towards 3 priority areas. These are global skills gaps, gig and platform economy, and social protection and sustainable financing of social security. Addressing a press briefing after the meeting, Labour and Employment Secretary Aarti Ahuja said there should be a common vocabulary for all skills and occupations, and also a global portal is needed on which all countries can upload their data on surplus and deficit skill.
इंडस्ट्री को किस प्रकार के लोगों की जरूरत है और किस प्रकार के स्किल्ड वर्कफोर्स हमारी उपलब्ध है, उससे गैप क्या है वो जानने के लिए हमें डेटा कलेक्शन की आवश्यकता है और उसी के साथ साथ मैपिंग की आवश्यकता है. तो क्यों ना हम एक ग्लोबल पोर्टल बनाएं जिससे कि किस देश में स्किल में ज्यादा लोग हैं, किस देश में कमी है, तो किस तरह से हम एक ही स्नैपशॉट में उनको देख पाए.
Sri Lanka celebrated its 75 years of independence today. Union Minister of State for External Affairs V. Muralidharan took part in the main event held at Galface Green in Colombo this morning. The minister also interacted with the Indian diaspora in Sri Lanka. He reached Colombo last night. Speaking with our special correspondent, Mr. Muralidharan said, in terms of India's neighbourhood first policy, India walked the talk.
See, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's policy has been neighborhood first. When Sri Lanka underwent through a difficult situation in the economic field especially, it was India's responsibility of walking the talk. Neighborhood first policy was put into action by engaging with and helping and coming to the assistance of Sri Lanka to overcome the crisis that they were undergoing.
Today is World Cancer Day. In a series of tweets on the occasion, Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia appealed to the people to join hands to strengthen the global fight against cancer. The minister said the centre is working to ensure early detection and affordable treatment of cancer through Ayushman Bharat Health and Wellness Centres, Prime Minister Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Pariyojana and various other initiatives. Talking to All India Radio News, Dr. M.D. Rai of Surgical Oncology at All India Institute of Medical Sciences in New Delhi said the cancer is curable if it is detected early.
Today is World Cancer Day and nothing to get fear. Cancer is 80% preventable. So if we take care about our lifestyle and if we avoid the tobacco and tobacco-related products, we can prevent 80% of cancer. But cancer is preventable and cancer is curable.
Popular Indian playback singer Vani Jairam breathed her last at Chennai today. She was 78. The government had announced Padma Bhushan Award for the late singer for this year. Born on the 30th of November in 1945, the renowned singer did playback for over 1,000 Indian films and recorded over 10,000 songs. She sang in several regional languages. The veteran singer won the National Film Award thrice. The song Humko Man Ki Shakti Dena from the 1971 Hindi film Guddi remains one of the several unforgettable songs of the versatile singer. Prime Minister Modi will address the participants of Jaipur Mahakhel through video conferencing tomorrow. Lok Sabha MP from Jaipur Rural, Rajyavardhan Singh Rathore, has been organising Jaipur Mahakhel since 2017. The Mahakhel, which is focusing on the Kabaddi competition this year, started on the 12th of January on the occasion of National Youth Day. It has witnessed the participation of more than 6,400 youths and sportspersons from more than 450 Gram Panchayats, municipalities and wards of all 8 Legislative Assembly regions of Jaipur Rural Lok Sabha constituency. Youth Affairs and Sports Minister Anurag Singh Thakur launched the mascot theme song and jersey for the 3rd edition of Khelo India Winter Games in Jammu today. The Winter Games are scheduled to be held from the 10th to the 14th of this month at Gulmarg in the Union Territory. Around 1,500 athletes from across the country will take part in the Games. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Thakur said Khelo India Winter Games is a part of Khelo India Abhiyan, a vision of Prime Minister Modi to encourage youth towards games and make India an emerging soft sports power on the global stage.
जहां देश में अधिकतर परिवारों में प्रश्न चिन्ह रहते थे कि क्या बच्चे खेल में जाएं या ना जाएं, आज वो सोच बदलने का काम भी पिछले 8 वर्षों में हुआ है। खेलो इंडिया अभियान हो, फिट इंडिया अभियान हो, इसने एक बहुत बड़ी भूमिका निभाई है और प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी ने जहां खिलाड़ियों को सुविधाएं दी, वहीं पर खिलाड़ियों के लिए मनोबल बढ़ाने के लिए समय समय पर उनसे बातचीत करना, बड़े टूर्नामेंट पे जाने से पहले उनसे बात भी करना, आने के बाद अपने घर पे उनको निमंत्रण देके बुलाना भी। ये शायद आज से बहुत पहले हुआ होता तो देश में बदलाव आ गया।
Now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. India, France and the UAE agree for trilateral cooperation initiative in fields including energy, defence and economy. India's macroeconomic fundamentals not affected by Adani Group's FPO withdrawal, says Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. Home and Cooperation Minister Amit Shah lays foundation stone of 450 crore rupee nano urea plant at Deoghar in Jharkhand. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to virtually address participants of Jaipur Mahakhel tomorrow. Sports Minister Anurag Singh Thakur unveils mascot, theme song and jersey for 3rd edition of Khelo India Winter Games to be held in Gulmarg from the 10th of February. And that is all in the news at 9. Good night.